Everyone is entitled to have their own opinions. However, many opinions can have their own flaws. Today is the day where we finally read these negative reviews for the Super Mario movie on Rotten Tomatoes. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Let's go!
The Super Mario movie is a big studio film making at its worst. It's a kids' film that tries to pack in as many Easter eggs as it can, but forgets to inject any wit or fun into its plot. It's definitely a way over exaggeration saying that it's filmmaking at its worst. Come on, man. We've seen so many awful movies, and including Eliminations that obviously made this Mario movie. But The Secret Lives of Pets being not a fan favorite by some people, The Lorax and Grinch, I thought they were good movies when I was younger, but lots of people dislike them movies. So saying that this movie is where it's at its worst, filmmaking, this big studio filmmaking at its worst, it's just such a lie. A kids film that tries to pack in as many Easter eggs, I can see lots of people are saying how much Easter eggs are packed into the movie, and honestly, that's the thing that I loved about it the most. I loved the amount of Easter eggs it had in the movie. It always had me smiling in the cinema and had many others. It's almost like if when kids were watching the movies, even older audiences can get and understand the old references from the old games. It's saying it has no fun into its plot. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure the Easter eggs is the fun. I felt everybody is saying that this movie was good and fun. I'm seeing lots of YouTube reviews saying that it's nothing more but good and fun, and just one review saying that it has no fun in the movie whatsoever is really hard to believe, honestly. But once again, I'm gonna say this for all the reviews and all of the people's opinions. Yes, opinions. This is their own takes on the movie. I'm not trying to attack them. I'm just trying to understand what they're trying to say here.
Let's go!
A frantic Easter egg hunt of a film that does the bare minimum to please its loyal existing fan base. Whoa. Straight to the point with, well, straight to the point. I don't know why I always do that. But anyway, once again, talking about Easter eggs and having an Easter hunt. Yes, there's a lot of Easter eggs to pick up on, and it's not like you need to go pure hunting for them what he says and they say in the review. Some of them are just right in your face, and others, there's just a few in the background to look through, but yeah, are just a fun touch in the background. A bare minimum to please its royal existing fan base. I feel like the fans are the ones who enjoyed this movie the most. The fans of the games are the people who enjoyed it the most. Sure, there are Mario fans that didn't like the movie. I know that, but also at the same time, I think more Mario fans like the movie than Mario fans dislike the movie.
Let's go!
All we needed is a legitimate story to flesh out among the colors. Maybe next time. This review is really accurate. I could definitely agree with this review, 100%. The story was very plain and fell flat, really hard. However, they gave it a 2.5 out of 5. Only, movie-wise, yeah, you know what, you could give it that, yeah. And but no, there's not really much I can really say about this review. He's pretty spot on, honestly.
Let's go!
The film is plastered with references, Easter eggs, and just about everything you can imagine from the game. So much so that the story is bare bones as Mario simply jumps from one colourful screen to the next without a care in the world. Once again, I think this review is pretty solid. Once again, talking about the Easter eggs and the story being plain, the story is really the thing that needed to be improved on in this film. The part of the review that says Mario simply jumps to one colourful screen to the next, I could also see that. I feel at some points in the movie, it felt like Mario was just going through the Mushroom Kingdom or just through areas like it was just a normal regular day. Just something I would think. I feel like if they gave Mario more of a reaction while he was going through all the places would have been cool. Like how he was facing Donkey Kong, no spoilers, like how he was going against Donkey Kong. I kind of feel like if I was in that situation, I would be, I would be screaming for help. But instead, Mario just looks at Donkey Kong and he goes like, "Alright, let's go." Like, bro, Mario, this is a giant gorilla you're fighting against and you don't care? Okay, I guess we're going straight into the fight then.
Let's go.
Kids may have the time of their life watching the Super Mario Bros. Movie, but for most adults, this is game over. I'm sorry, but you didn't have to say game over at the end. That was cringe. That was really cringe, I'm sorry. The part where, well, the main part of this review was saying that adults wouldn't enjoy the movie. And when I watched the movie down at my cinema, there was a decent amount of adults, not just with their kids, but also adults who went by themselves. And I know a good amount of adults who were satisfied with the movie. It feels like the Easter eggs in this movie, lots of adults would understand, and then they'd like stand up in the middle of the cinema and say, "Oh, I get it. This movie's amazing. 5 out of 5 stars." But yes, adults would enjoy this movie. I feel like a lot of adults would enjoy this movie and find it really enjoyable. But some adults may not, like what this review says. They say that most adults who wouldn't like this movie would be because that it was aimed for kids. And yeah, of course it is. I mean, like Nintendo has been had their target audience for kids for, I don't know, almost their whole existence. But that obviously doesn't stop adults from playing their games. In fact, Nintendo has had lots of fan service and done stuff for the fans. And most of what they did for the fans, they know are adults. I feel like a perfect example for this in the games are Mario Party for the Nintendo Switch. The first Mario Party that came out, Super Mario Party, that had specific dices for special characters. You know, like how Donkey Kong had his own dice, Bowser had his own dice, and there was a tier list depending on which character you picked. Everybody just wants to pick their favorite character in Mario Party. And then there was people talking about how allies were broken in the game, and how, once again, there not only was the board small, but the amount of boards in the game weren't a lot at all. And what did Nintendo do for this? They just bring a whole new Mario Party, which is just remakes of some of the old boards and old mini games, which was perfect. It was like one of the most favorite Mario Party games of all time.
Let's go.
Justice for Bob Hoskins, or Hoskins. I don't know how to pronounce it. Notice how I left in the top critic icon at the far left of this review? I just thought it was kind of childish of someone who is labelled a top critic to say something like this and not put any other detail into his review. And if you don't know who he's talking about the live actor of Mario from the old Mario movie. And you may be wondering, just because the movie was bad doesn't mean the actor was bad, right? Well, it was said that he got drunk on set, like all the time. Also with the Luigi actor. Huh? And this guy wants justice for him? What? What?
Let's go.
Totally inaccessible for non-fans of this Super Mario game from Nintendo. Fans might even have a hard time with the non-existent, antiquated, and somewhat offensive story. Shocking misfire from elimination. The only bad movie they've ever made. Okay, first of all, they say it's inaccessible for non-fans of Mario. You don't even need to be a fan of Mario to know what's happening on the screen. Everybody knows Mario. Even ask someone who doesn't play games who is Mario. Ask your granny who's Mario. Everybody's gonna say he's the plumber that eats the mushroom and grows big and stomps on the Goomba. Everybody knows you, and you don't need that. you don't need to be that big of a fan to understand what's happening in the movie. Sure, you need to be quite big of a fan to understand the Easter eggs, but it's not like the whole movie is one massive Easter egg. They call it an offensive story? What movie did they watch? Was there a scene that I just completely missed in the movie where Mario beats up Bowser to death or something? Like, what? Offensive story? And the cherry on top, they call it Elimination's only bad movie. Are you? What? I'm sorry, but I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm a nice person, but there's no recovering from that review. Never review a movie again. I'm sorry. Like, this is not only a terrible, not only half of this review is terrible opinions, but also there's just so much stuff that is incorrect about it. The person that wrote this review also complained about Mario turning into a cat when getting the cat bell, and said that Mario and Luigi's relationship was forced.
When could Mario turn into a cat? I guess if you're into furries, that works, and maybe that'll play really well in Asian markets. I know they love cats over there, love cats. But I just felt it robbed Mario of a lot of his personal dignity. I was like, don't do that to Mario. Where's Mario's agent? Mario and Luigi's relationship just seems really forced. It's like screenwriter Matthew Fogel, who should never work again, he's done a couple of stuff for Illumination, that's about it.
How can you force a brotherly relationship? And the cat bell has been a thing for so many years now. And you thought, okay, I can't, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm turning into my 13-year-old self, bulldozing into anybody who says Mario's bad. I try to, before I end this video, I just wanted to say, there was a lot of decent reviews here. There was a lot of, people who disliked the movie and had good opinions on why they didn't like the movie. I respect that, but this review is just awful. I didn't know a review can be this bad. I'm so sorry, but you're just wrong in so many levels. Once again, I just wanted to say that this whole video was reading the bad reviews. There was a ton of good reviews when I was going through the list of Rotten Tomatoes, with lots of people praising the Easter eggs and lots of people praising it for being a good kids movie. So don't think that I went on Rotten Tomatoes just to look at the very top reviews being all bad, because trust me, there's lots of good reviews mixed with the bad, rotten reviews on the Rotten Tomato website. There's a ton of negative and positive reviews for this movie that are really respectable and valid. However, there's just some other ones that just make you go completely blank, whether that be a negative or positive review for the movie. Anyway, that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please like the video, it really supports the channel. With that all said, I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.